So I don't know if you can see it up there on the hill behind me, but my excavator is up on a steep hillside and the track came off. My friends that run excavators for a living was talking about all the hillside and side hilling it and putting the pressure on the tracks and it might come off. Well, as a new owner, I just found out that that's a reality. I'm not that great of a mechanic, and especially a heavy equipment mechanic. So today we're going to find out how hard it is to change a track on an excavator for a complete novice. I looked at some YouTube videos. If it was on flat ground, I'm pretty confident that I could do this pretty easily, but they're recommending 2 people. I'm up on a steep slope. Getting access to it and doing it by myself may add difficulty. So this is not a how-to necessarily, but this is what's it like for a novice stuck on a hillside to try to get his track back on. Pray for me. Since it's up the hill, I hope I've got everything I need. I've got some gloves, some wrenches, a hammer for tapping a few things. I've got a pry bar and a shovel to move some dirt that may be in the way. Hopefully, I'll have to come back and get the grease gun later. Hopefully I got everything I need. All right, here we are, climbing up to my excavator. Have a low spot here with the track off. Be hard to move, but I'd like to move just a little bit further down. I've got more of a level spot, so this will be a tricky move. I don't think this blade can lift me high enough to put it on. So I'm going to try to use the boom to support it and roll on one track. I only need to get back, I think, 6 or 7 feet, and I'll have a better spot to work with and get my blade out of this hole. If I get up here, I can then lift the machine better and then use my boom to lift the other side to get the track in place. Okay, here we go. Can I use the boom to support downhill? Hopefully I can get enough reach to get support there, and then use the track on this side to go back. Unfortunately, it's not even a straight shot, so I don't know if I've got the multiple manipulation skills down just yet to track it on one track and get the machine to turn, but let's give it a try. Well, I got the track up in the air. Unfortunately, the other track is up higher. The far side track is higher than the air than the one I want. I think it's because of the slope of the ground. But I don't think that's going to change wherever I go. So I'm going to see if I can do it here. Alright, step number 1 is release the grease. I don't think this is designed for a socket to fit over the top of it. Well, you knew it was too good to be true that I could just come here, have all the right tools, and get it done, being a rookie. I watched one YouTube video. They said, you know, use a socket set, take it off, but that wasn't to John Deere specific. I watched the guy do it to John Deere, but he had an actual wrench to get it out, and the socket set is not going to work. 19 millimeters fits, but the grease zerk that sticks out too far, I can't put the socket on it. So, not that I think I'm stuck completely, but now I got to run back up to the house, which will be a 10-minute drive to get there and back, and see if I have the right tools. Otherwise, I got to drive into town, so make it another half hour longer. Okay, ran back home, got my wrench set. I believe it's 19 millimeters. I don't have 19 millimeters in this, not here, but I went to my conversion standard to metric. 3/4 should work, so we'll see if that'll work. Did pick up my grease gun, which I'll need to tension the tracks again when I'm all done. Please let this work. One quick pop and it's hand loosened, or hand loosening. I'm going to take it off by hand now. It's a lot of spins. A lot of spins. Amazingly a lot of spins. Oh, a lot of threads on there. That's why I had to spin it so much. I expected to see a lot of grease running out according to other videos, but there's no grease running out on its own. Need to put some pressure on the rollers to get that loose then. Okay, I pushed that back about 3 inches. Oh yeah, globs of grease on the ground now. That's what I was supposed to see. All right, I think we're making headway now. Get these tools out of the way, and hopefully I can pry this track back on. I'm gonna get everything clean first, so that I don't have anything hindering there. Got dirt down here. It's not going to want to slide it over. Let it slide over. So try to get some of this interference dirt out of the way, because I couldn't get the track quite high enough. It's not technically stopping anything, but because of the weight of the track and it's loose, it's hanging down there. It doesn't want to slide over. Because I'm a one-man crew right now, I got to create some space. I'm going to look to see if I can turn the machine back on and get this up again. It may have settled down while I was gone. I thought I had this higher up in the air. That's better. Now I don't have to do the digging. I just gotta find a way to pry this sucker over. The concept is simple, but I just don't see how by myself I'm going to get that much slack pressure back here. Without losing a finger. Well, we're getting closer. Oh, wait a minute. I actually jumped all the way over the other side. That was lighter than I thought. Holy cow, I'm on the track. And actually, once I just sunk down into it and pulled hard, it lifted easier than I thought. My rags got all dirty, I didn't want that. I got a little dirt on my grease fittings, don't want that. I gotta clean this off as good as I can so it threads nicely and I don't shoot dirty grease into things and plug things up. I've already plugged one grease zerk. Don't like that. Hand threading it to begin with, it seems like it's 20-30 turns. Might be exaggerating, but it was a lot to get it out. Oh yeah, now I got grease all over my hands. My favorite thing in the world. All right, I got it tight. I didn't squeeze super tight, plus the zerk is now pointing straight out so I can grease gun it to tighten the tracks. So that's where it's staying. I'm probably gonna have to put a new grease tube in by the time I get enough in here to tighten the tracks. Oh yeah, see the tracks tightening. It's working! Ah, sure enough, I ran out of grease. Got to put a new tube in. But I got a tube right here. We'll fill that up and continue on. Okay. Maybe we will. Now I'm making a mess. Now I know I'm using grease again. Not normally this messy, but we're gonna get this done. That's what happens when you're in a hurry to get things done. You make a mess. Okay, good. Grease is pumping again. And yep, the track is tightening again. see. They say about an inch distance, but I don't know. That's supposed to be up in the air. I'm gonna get the machine up in the air to see how much slack I have. I need to have just a little over an inch gap when it's up in the air, but it's not completely up in the air right now. Looks like I need just a couple more squirts. All right, I'm going to track it back and forth a couple times while it's up in the air. See what we got. So if everything's looking good, but if I went by the YouTube channel and what I was looking at and what I heard, I would think this is tight enough. But my track over there, and like I said, this is a fairly new machine with not a ton of hours. Then the way they shipped it to me, the mechanics at the shop shipped it to me, that one is just slightly tighter than this one. So I'm just going to try to match that tension. There we go, 3 more squirts and it looks like the other side looks. So I know I turned the video on and off a couple times, but that was 1 hour, and that includes driving back up to my house, which took 15 minutes to get to the new tools and whatnot, doing it by myself. So when this track jumped off, I was nervous. I thought this is going to be really hard, but honestly, it's like putting your chain back on your bicycle. It's the exact same concept. One side goes on, get the other side lined up, kind of spin the wheel, get it on there. It's just 10,000 pounds instead of 20. Let's give it a little ride. Thanks for joining me on the Flanagan Homestead, where Christmas trees are my business, teaching and cleaning horticulture is my job, and outdoor projects like developing this campground and building hunting trails and having a growth mindset and learning how to fix excavators is my passion. Hope to see you again soon. Here we are on Spring Hill Campground, or Yeti Hill. Still haven't made a name yet.